going on, guys? Alex McGarrett coming at you with another YouTube video. Today, I'm gonna be going over 10 cutting hacks that I do that have helped me a lot of the time when it comes from a bulking type stage to being absolutely shredded. I'm gonna show you exactly, because I feel like cutting honestly is harder than bulking. I just posted an Instagram picture about that today. When I cut, the first like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm like, okay, like this isn't too bad. But once I start really lowering the calories, getting into the cardio, I'm like, oh, I feel like shit. You know, I'm hungry all the time. I feel like I'm struggling to get really good workouts and get good pumps. So I'm gonna explain 10 quick tips that I have when it comes to really trying to have a better and easier cut to get shredded quicker and easier. Now, this list of 10, it's not gonna be in any specific order. I'm just gonna go on what I have written down right here on this paper. First thing, we're gonna be going right into it. This is one of these informational videos. Let me know if you like these. Again, these are a little bit different, but I used to do these to grow my YouTube channel in the past. I wanna bring them back every once in a while. First thing, it's gonna be caffeine. Now, caffeine acts as an appetite suppressant. Basically, you want to have really good appetite suppressants like black coffee, anything with caffeine, those energy drinks that are 0 calorie, because it lowers your appetite. So when you're deep into that cut and you start getting super hungry all the time, anything that's going to help lower your appetite is going to make you feel more satiated throughout the day, and you're not struggling so much feeling like you want to eat all the time. See, like, energy drinks are fire, okay? They're basically like very low calorie or 0 calorie. Plus, you're getting that caffeine benefit. It's something that's gonna fill your stomach up. Some of them can satisfy sugar cravings because some taste really, really good. You're also seeing a lot of fat burners. Like, I have 2 fat burners I take. One is a non-stim, the other is a stimulant. A lot of stimulant-based fat burners have a ton of stimulants, because all those stimulants are gonna basically suppress your appetite first off. Second, give you a bunch of energy. If you have a lot of energy throughout a cut, which usually is a hard thing to have, you need to have more intake. My caffeine intake always goes up in my cut. I don't recommend going over 600 milligrams a day for caffeine, because you can start having heart issues and heart palpitations. 400, the CDC, it's not CDC, I don't know what it is. They recommend 400 max. I do 600 max on a cut. Deep into a cut, I slowly increase it throughout the cut. And then sometimes I'll have a break where I do like a week of like maybe only 200 milligrams so that I can make sure my tolerance isn't crazy. But when I'm bulking, I lower my stimulants a ton. But yeah, they also act as, it allows you to burn more calories throughout the day. The more caffeine you have, the more stimulants you have, the more energy you have, you're gonna be doing more activities throughout the day, and it just increases your metabolism having more stimulants. So for my caffeine sources, I'd say my top one is gonna be like a black coffee. I love black coffee, or I'll put some like sugar-free sweeteners in it, or like really low calorie like whipped cream. The second I would say is energy drinks. Noco is one of my favorites. I like these. Bangs are great. I'd say Rain is also pretty good, but they're just really high in caffeine. All those really good, taste great. Celsius is also another great one. And the third thing is just gonna be like your pre-workouts, your fat burners, all that stuff. Make sure you're not going crazy though. Make sure you check your fat burners, your pre-workout, and your coffee, all the milligrams of caffeine, so you're not taking in 900 milligrams of caffeine and end up having a heart attack. Second thing we're gonna be going over, which is one of my favorite things, are these low-calorie drinks, okay? Things like sparkling waters, okay? Sparkling water, anything that has carbonation is gonna fill you up more than regular water. So sparkling waters like LaCroix helped out me a lot. Or I'll make my own carbonated water. I have a machine here, and I'll put those Mio thingies in there. There's these 0 calorie sweeteners. I have like an Arnold Palmer one. Makes it taste like Arnold Palmer carbonated. It's great. Helps satisfy my sweet tooth, helps fill me up. These right here I'm drinking now. I've been going through these like crazy. I get them at Costco. This Diet Snapple tea. This whole thing, 10 calories, tastes exactly like sweet tea. Absolutely love these types of low calorie drinks. The sparkling ice is also another one that's gas. Drink a ton of those. The more fluids you have in your stomach, the more you're gonna feel satiated, the more you're gonna feel full. Plus, it's just good to have be more hydrated on the cut, because liquids are good. All right, the next thing, chewing gum. I chew gum on a cut, literally hours out of the day. I bought like 3 different packs of gum last night just because I go through it so quick on a cut. I always need to constantly be chewing something. First off, it's gonna make your jawline sharper. Why is that? First off, when you get lean, it's gonna get sharper, but you build up this little jaw muscle, it's gonna poke out a little bit more. See, like, see, it's gonna make you, yeah, like that. Anyways, gum first helps satisfy my sweet tooth, helps with appetite cravings. One of my biggest tips I can give you too is after every meal you have on a cut, if you struggle with wanting to eat more after it, pop in a stick of gum. It's gonna help you your stomach tell you that you're full and that you're done eating. And if you need to keep chewing, kind of just helps it. I've always noticed that after every meal I have, I throw a piece of gum in. It helps me not want to eat more food after that meal. Next up is popcorn. This is a lifesaver for me, okay? I love eating at nighttime. Nighttime is when I get super hungry. I don't have to go to school in the morning or anything, so I stay up late playing video games, so I get hungry. This whole bag of popcorn, it's a big ass bag, it's very big. has 250 calories, I think, in the whole thing. And I can sit there and eat it for like 20 minutes straight, just throwing in my, that sounds sus. And I put like Old Bay and garlic on it because I'm a Maryland guy. And it absolutely just fills me up like crazy. It's high in fiber, okay? Very high in fiber. It's gonna fill your stomach up. These type of high volumization foods is great to have at nighttime when you're the hungriest, whenever you struggle with wanting to eat the most, because you can just keep eating it, filling your stomach up a ton, but you're not ingesting a ton of calories. So like Greg Doucette's anabolic ice cream is also another great thing you can do. For me, I like saltier type things. So for me, popcorn is my go-to almost every night, and I love taking it. Another tip is going to be intermittent fasting. I used to go by this like routinely all the time, probably back when I was in high school, because I would delay my first meal. I would always skip breakfast. But I know there's a lot of controversy. Some people say like, oh, it doesn't help with losing fat. For me, it's not that intermittent fasting versus being in a regular deficit is gonna help, like one's gonna be better than the other for losing fat. Intermittent fasting is just easier for me to lose weight or to stay in my caloric deficit, because for me, it's easier for me to skip my first meal than it is to, like I like to push all my calories to the latest in the day, because that's when I just want to keep eating and I can't stop myself from eating. So if I can delay my first meal that long, it's great. What I like to do in the morning is like fasted cardio, all on top of a fat burner and caffeine, which is going to stimulate my appetite, so I'm not even hungry anyways in the morning. First off, that I can just delay my first meal to like 1 o'clock maybe, so that for the rest of the day I'm only eating from like 1 to noon, or to midnight, instead of having to eat from 9 to midnight. You know, there's extra hours where I don't have to worry about eating, and it just makes staying in that deficit that much easier for me. So intermittent fasting I found is great. Also, it's been shown in some studies help increase like your growth hormone and something with like insulin sensitivity. I don't know the exact things of it, but I didn't even do it for that. I said because I prefer to skip breakfast and save my calories for later in the day. Another tip, this is kind of little, but it's to split your cardio sessions up. You don't need to start cardio when you first get into a cut, but I highly recommend getting into cardio at least starting around, at least when you're like 25-30% the way through your cut, you should do cardio. I honestly feel like it helps speed up the process of getting lean. For me right now, I'm doing low intensity steady state. I go on a treadmill fasted in the morning, on an incline, a 13-degree incline. I didn't do it this morning, I woke up too late, I'll have to do it later. And I do it for around 20 to 25 minutes. Deeper into the cut, I increase 5-minute slots on my cardio, where I add a session. Right now I'm doing cardio every day of the week. And let's say I feel like really shitty in the morning and I only can do like 15-20 minutes. Later in the day, maybe post-workout, then I'll add on top the extra minutes of cardio. So like for me, if I do 15 in the morning, 15 at night, that's really not that long of a cardio session, but that's 30 minutes all done in one day. And that's like a really good amount of cardio to do when you're on a cut. So splitting up your cardio is definitely a great tip, and I recommend doing that. I don't even know how many tips we are through right now. All right, so another thing is to cut dairy or to go completely fat-free. I'll show you right now in my refrigerator. You're gonna see a ton of fat-free options. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I have in my fridge. All this fat-free stuff, okay? All right, so we have zero sugar creamer that I'll put in my coffee. We have cold brew, we have, oh, this is gas. You guys gotta get hip to this. The fat-free Ready Whip with chocolate rice cakes. This is my pre-workout, all right? I'm getting you guys hip. I have like 2 to 3 of these, and I put the fat-free whipped cream on it. Literally, my sugar craving, gone. Tastes so good, and it's not that many calories. So definitely pick some of this up. I can't speak. I have fat-free pudding, or sugar-free pudding, and I have fat-free yogurt. Fat-free, sugar-free is gonna be your best friend. Cream cheese, I have, it's not fat-free, it's like majority fat-free, low-fat, whatever it is. What else do I have? Yeah, it makes the biggest difference. And also, a big thing, if you like sour cream, fat-free Greek yogurt is honestly tastes very similar to sour cream. You don't really notice a difference. It's a big cutting hack, okay? That's really important to make sure that you're doing the little low-calorie, fat-free options and things, and you'll really that much easier get in your caloric deficit. All right, so this is another tip that I've recently more been experimenting with, and honestly, so far it's been really good. It's eating the same foods every day, or around the same foods, give or take a few different substitutions and stuff, and then also eating around the same time every day. So right now I have a schedule I'm trying to track around what time, give or take half an hour to an hour, of when I want to eat my first meals, my pre-workouts, when I want to go to the gym and all that stuff. And lately it's been really helping me stay more satiated. Lately it's been really helping me to like stay on my cut, stay on my macros a lot better and a lot easier. I don't want to show you guys what the diet is yet, because I'm going to do a full day eating, showing you exactly what I'm eating on my cut. But these meals, it's not that I eat the same exact thing every day, but let's say maybe if I don't want to eat like the 7 ounces of ground turkey for one dinner, I'll switch that out with salmon, with like salmon that equates the same amount of protein that ground turkey would have been. Or maybe I'll do chicken or something like that to switch it up, make it a little bit more comfortable. Same thing with the carb sources. Maybe I'm doing potatoes, maybe I want rice instead. Switch it out, make sure the same amount of carbs in that form of rice, all right? So that stuff I find is really helping me not seek for food. Like, it's a random time of the day, I'm like, oh, how many calories am I supposed to eat? How many calories do I have left? Making sure you're eating around the same times and the same amount of food, same foods every day, really takes the stress off of like having to count your macros. So I highly recommend trying that out. And so far, so good for me. I love it. Next thing is going to be refeeds. I've talked about these for the longest time. Basically, this is what I personally believe. Some people don't believe this, but when you're in a caloric deficit for a long period of time, your body has this thing called adaptive thermogenesis. Our bodies are used to getting used to situations that you're not being in. So when you're in a caloric deficit, you're basically starving your body. So your body's going to lower its metabolism to compensate for you not being able to intake as many calories. So let's say you're eating 2,400 calories in the beginning of your cut, and you're 5 weeks into your cut and you're still eating 2,400 calories, but you stop losing weight. Your body's going to get used to being in that deficit, so you're going to have to start eating 2,200 calories to start losing weight again. For me, I found that doing a refeed 1 day a week, where a lot of the extra calories come from carbs, helps your body kind of stay at that metabolism that it was at beforehand, so you don't have to keep lowering your calories. So for me, like, let's say I'm eating 2,500 calories on my cut, and my refeed day I'll eat maybe 28 to 3,000, probably 3,000 calories. It's like a cheat day, a cheat meal. 3,000 calories for that day, and those extra 500 calories are gonna all come from carbs, okay? It's a form of kind of carb cycling and stuff like that. Maybe the day after that cheat meal too, I'll really lower my carbs a bit to compensate, but it really helps you get that cheat meal itch that you maybe have, like, oh, I want to have like something sweet or sugary. Helps you get that itch out for the week, helps you have something to look forward to, and make sure you're staying on top of your diet. And I found it just really helps with keeping my metabolism up and running and keeping me feel sane too, having a good pump on the day of that refeed and the day after when you're in a cut. All right, so the next thing is going to be to stay active and to keep yourself distracted. Honestly, for me, if I am like, because as a fitness influencer, I don't go to school, I don't have work or anything, so I'm at home a lot more, or if I'm not like in LA and stuff, and if I'm at home the whole time, I'll get hungry and I also want to go snack and go in the cabinet and start eating a bunch, okay? But when I find that I'm actively out doing something, like, hey, I'm gonna go to the park with my buddies, go to somewhere, do something with my girlfriend, go to the beach and stuff like that, keep making sure that I'm doing activities throughout the day, I don't think about being hungry and wanting to snack so much, okay? So I'll stay in my caloric deficit that much easier. Another thing at nighttime, because I want to eat a lot of my food at night, I'm a big video game guy. I play a bunch of video games. So don't follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, Alex_Eubank. I play with followers. It's a blast. I love doing it, especially in the new games. I just watched the Battlefield 6 trailer. Looks fire. I'm excited. It's going to be better than Call of Duty, I think, this year. Anyways, so I play a lot of video games at nighttime, like literally for like 3 hours. And in that 3 hour span that I'm playing video games, I'm not really thinking about food. I'll be chewing gum, maybe I'll snack on some popcorn, but I'm not thinking about, oh, I'm gonna go in the cabinet and eat a bunch of Cheez-Its or have a whole new meal. It's that much easier for me to stay in a caloric deficit, doing little things like that. And trust me, once you get deep in your cut, all these tips, my camera cut out. Okay, and I forgot what I was talking about because my memory card lost space, but all the little things in the cut really make the difference when you're deep in that cut, making it that much easier. Because if you're really getting very lean, you feel like shit, your energy is low, libido's low, it really isn't the best thing to be that lean. Your body's not meant to be like shredded year round, at least for the majority of people. Was that only 9? That might have only been 9. If it was only 9, I apologize. I thought I had 10 down. I think I put the ice cream with the popcorn in one, so it's the volumization eating and the popcorn were supposed to be separate. Anyways, volumization, you eat like berries, fruits that are high and you can eat a lot of volume and not have that many calories. I was going to talk about another tip. But anyways, that is it for the YouTube video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Turn the bell notification on. Please help support me. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers. We just reached 100K on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for that. We're already 101K. Thank you guys. And we're about to hit 300K on TikTok. 50K on YouTube, so that's insane. So thank you guys for all the support. You guys are amazing. All you use code Alex on Raw Gear. This is Raw Gear and Rise supplements. Rise just had a restock today. Actually, they had BCAAs, pre-workout, and a few other things. Use code Alex for 15% off. Raw Gear has a new drop on the 18th. The new women's line is on the 12th, if I believe. The 18th new drop is gonna be fire. The joggers are gas. Anyways, I'll stop talking and I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless each and every one of you. Peace out.